Hello everyone, welcome to another artist interview. I am super excited to welcome on here today Vern, Mega Milk White. You may know him by either of those two names. Very cool artist we've covered before on this channel. Very cool guy, and thank you so much for coming on here today, Vern. Would you like to sort of introduce yourself to the audience for those who may not know you?
Hello, I'm Vern / Mega Milk White. I specialize in drawing fat boys. It is very fun to do, and I quite enjoy it.
It is also, as I can confirm from experience, it's very fun to look at your drawings of fat boys as well.
Thank you, I'm so glad.
Yes, you're now the third artist we have had on for an interview. I'm really excited to be considering this series. It's something we've been wanting to do for a long time, but only just recently got around to it, and it's just always awesome to finally talk to you guys whose art we talk so much about.
Oh, it's such an interesting concept.
Our channel, you mean, or artist interviews?
Honestly, your channel and the interviews, both are very, very interesting.
I have a hard time explaining exactly what we do because it just just doesn't exactly make sense. But thank you. So I had a couple of different topics today. I don't know what ones we want to get into first. One of the questions I think that everyone I think it's only fair to let you talk a little bit about it. Tokyo Ghoul. You enjoy some Tokyo Ghoul, I hear, from time to time.
Occasionally. It's very casual. It's a very casual interest of mine. I ponder it a little bit.
So what is the story there with Tokyo Ghoul and Kin Kaneki?
Okay, so Tokyo Ghoul is a manga. Okay, real talk, this is my special interest, so if I talk too much, please let me know. Tokyo Ghoul began publishing as a manga in 2012 by the mangaka Ishida Sui. The story covers the life of 18-year-old Kaneki Ken, formerly human, but gets turned into a ghoul after a date goes wrong and he receives the organs of said ghoul he was on a date with. It's brutal. It is a ride, and it is very mentally taxing, but I love Kaneki Ken so deeply, it cannot be explained. I've been obsessed with this one man for 9 years now, and it is never ending. In fact, right now, as we speak, I am drawing him. I am, as one might say, obsessed.
Drawing him right now. Nice. Nice.
So, the story of Tokyo Ghoul, it's a horror. It is a psychological horror. It's very dark, but I like to draw Kaneki as a human, where he's happy and soft and safe, and not going through hell.
Honestly, I think all of us could appreciate that. I have actually read all of Tokyo Ghoul, so you'll be very proud of me.
Oh hell yeah!
I haven't read Re. I never got around to reading Re, but I've read the whole original Tokyo Ghoul manga.
Oh, that just boosted my respect for you by like 1,000,000 points.
Ah, thank you.
That is amazing.
It is really good. It is really good.
Oh, it's just so special to me.
I get that. Like since 9 years, damn.
It's the long haul, and it just keeps growing. It keeps going. It has been my number 1 interest ever.
Other rookie anime and manga fans like get distracted with the new seasonal husbands and wives, but not Vern.
I am dedicated to Kaneki and basically Kaneki only. I would be happy if I were to only draw him for the rest of my life.
Weirdly enough, I'm not surprised hearing you say that, because you do. He's been drawn a lot.
A little bit every now and then,
Every now and then,
I've actually haven't been drawing him that much lately. I've just been really busy with life and stuff, and so it's good to finally be drawing him again, honestly.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Is there any particular story of how you got into Tokyo Ghoul originally, or like where that all started for you?
Honestly, I was a very edgy teen. I got into the Tokyo Ghoul anime originally because I heard about how edgy it was. But then I read the manga, and the manga was much better. It's not as needlessly edgy and stuff. The manga is actually very thought-provoking, whereas the anime is just kind of edgy, and that sort of helps me explore those kinds of themes.
So you go. Being an edgy teen can help you find your purpose.
Yeah, yeah. I am going to say I have grown out of that edgy phase. I am. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing to think about.
I have also had very embarrassing phases in my life.
Oh, that's so valid though.
I guess my embarrassing teenage phase was around the time when Frozen came out. That's now like 10 years ago, and I was a Disney enjoyer.
No, that's so valid though. That's very valid.
I would say I was way too old, but that was around the time when a whole lot of like adults online were like fans of Frozen. So I guess I was.
I wasn't really a Frozen kind of guy. I was more into How to Train Your Dragon and that kind of stuff.
Oh
that
my
was
gosh,
my cup of tea.
yeah, I get that. Yeah, yeah. I had friends who were very
great
into How to
movie.
Train Your Dragon, so.
It was. It still makes me emotional to think about. It's just so great.
How to Train Your Dragon was like I'm always very impressed by How to Train Your Dragon. That was like a pretty consistently good like trilogy. Like it didn't really have any like, particularly with DreamWorks, who can be up and down in their quality.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon was
Yeah.
like pretty solid all the way through.
And I am so thankful for that. I couldn't bear it if it had like a bad movie in it. I would just cry, honestly.
I still haven't seen the third Shrek movie because I probably will get around to seeing it one day, but I've just heard everyone's like Shrek 1 and 2, fantastic. 3,
Yeah, honestly, Shrek. I liked it when I was a kid, but when I saw it recently as an adult, I was amazed at like how like genuinely good these two movies were. Like, what? It's seriously good. It's like well written and everything. It was amazing.
It's nice to come back to something you saw as a kid and find, hey, this is still good actually. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't expect this.
I'm not complaining though. I love, even though it's memed on, it's seriously, wow. I can't believe it's more than just memes.
Oh my goodness! Well, I didn't expect I didn't expect our first topic to dive into DreamWorks movies and the nostalgia from our teenage years. Interesting.
That's just how it goes, though. That's just how it goes.
That is how it goes. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could probably talk about like Kaneki and Tokyo Ghoul for like the entirety of this interview. So
absolutely.
maybe we'll give a bit of time to one other thing I want to ask is, do you have any other favorite manga or anime outside of Tokyo Ghoul? What's your like?
Yes. I really love Full Nights. It is such an underrated classic. You can barely find anything about it on the web, at least in the English-speaking sphere. Chino Wadachi, Hoseki no Kuni. These are all horrors, and I eat that stuff up. I love well-written horror that makes me feel things that is thought-provoking. It's fantastic. I'm not really a manga kind of guy though. An anime kind of guy. I love manga. There is one anime I like, Gakugurashi. It is also very underrated. I wholeheartedly recommend it, but I can't say much about it because, how do I explain this? There's a very stark twist from the moe anime it starts out as, but it turns into something very different. And I recommend, if you're at all interested in such a genre turn, do not look anything up of Gakugurashi and just experience it completely blind. I think that's the best way to get into it. It is, wow! It's very good. It's very good. It makes me cry, and it makes me a little scared sometimes. But it's such a good anime. I read the manga, and the anime is actually better than the manga. That's the first time I've ever had this thought.
Damn.
The pacing in the anime is just much better than in the manga. And while I still like the manga, the anime is just supreme to me.
You're making me feel like a freaking normie here, where you know them all by all the English names, and
Oh,
I'm like, Gakugurashi, what is that? Oh, School Live. Yeah, I've heard of that.
yeah. I tend to. I don't even know why I default on the Japanese names. It's just something
you're
I've always done
cultured.
usually.
You're cultured, Vern, unlike me.
Cultured or just a weeb. You'll never know.
I mean, I am a weeb. I'm just like, there's tiers of weeb.
No, you're still valid though.
Thanks, thanks. I'm definitely more of a anime guy.
Mm.
I've read a bit of manga. I'm currently reading the part 8 of JoJo with a friend.
Oh.
He's very big into manga. He's bit into anime and manga, but he's like very big
Hmm.
into manga as well. And he's always a little disappointed that I'm an anime normie.
Honestly, though, I can empathize. I can
Mm,
empathize. There's just so many stories that aren't managed to be told in anime as well as they are in manga, which is a shame.
understandable, yeah. So as a horror fan, are you at all an enjoyer of A24 films?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, A24 are like the indie movie sort of publishers studio. They make all like the horror movies that snobs like.
I'm honestly not much of a film buff. Watching things is hard for me to focus on,
Oh,
so
right.
reading is much easier for me to consume.
Right, right. So it's horror
Hmm.
manga that you're more into.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, are there any other like manga characters that you draw a lot of, or is it consistently
Honestly,
pretty much just Kaneki?
just Kaneki. I occasionally draw other characters like Kamiya Toshiro from Full Night, and occasionally, very rarely, Goblin Slayer without his helmet on. But yeah,
Goblin Slayer without
it's
his
mostly
helmet
just
on.
Kaneki.
I haven't seen that.
Oh yeah, it hasn't been revealed in the manga nor in the anime, but there is an anime character sheet of him with his helmet on. It's just like, oh yes, he's just my type. Oh, I love him.
Because I haven't seen your drawing of him.
Oh,
Is that on?
oh, I've drawn him fat like why?
Maybe I have seen that and just don't recognize him because I didn't.
That's definitely possible.
I probably saw it and I was like, oh, Goblin Slayer fan. I wonder which side character that is because it can't be Goblin Slayer because he has a helmet on.
Yeah, let's just say he is exactly my type. He is so pretty, and
That
I
is
love him.
unexpected.
Well,
I did not expect Goblin Slayer to be that type under the helmet.
oh yeah, oh my god, he's so pretty. Oh, I love him. I haven't seen the anime, but I have read the manga. I want to
Alright.
watch the anime eventually because one of my favorite musical groups, Millie, they did some of the OST for the anime, and I want to get into it just because of them. And oh my god, I just love Millie so much.
I guess he's like Goblin Slayer is sort of like Inosuke from Demon Slayer then, because Inosuke's the guy who doesn't seem like the kind who'd be like pretty under his boar head, but he is. You go,
Yeah. It's sort of a gap moe kind of thing, and I really love it.
you go, guys. This is why you follow Vern. You get chonky Goblin Slayer. Where else can you get that? Where else can you get that?
Literally nowhere. I've tried. There's barely even frat art of the girls, and it's like, why? Like, I love the cowgirl and I love the guild girl. They're great. I love them so deeply.
There's a couple of people I've seen drawing them, but yeah, I guess I mean particularly now. It came out a wee while ago.
Yeah, its hype is long gone, alas.
Yeah, there's a couple of artists I could think of who did fan art.
You might have to listen. I'm not a connoisseur of VBW art, but I still want to see this. So if you ever find it, do send it to me.
I will. I will. So, like, I'm down to talk about anime, manga, and all of this for like hours. But audience are probably interested in like hearing more about the chunk art. Probably that's what they're like. What about the chunk art? So, my next topic is something I ask most people on here. How do you get into drawing the fans?
I don't know particularly how I got into it. I just started drawing it. I don't know. It's just something I decided to do.
I see some artists like there are like it's crazy. There are a lot of artists who are like it's like we've been running our channel for about 5 years and we see people who have started art like after that, like in the last 2 years or so. It's crazy how much new people are like coming in. But you've probably like been around a little bit.
While I've been posting art, I haven't really been engaging with the community. I mostly just post, then leave.
You want to hear about this one guy who's was posts his fat comics he drew back in the 90s. That guy is crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Who is that?
it's something like JTAFA or something like that. It's all like black and white on like pencil and pen work on paper, but he's literally been drawing since the 90s.
That is just amazing. That is pure
crazy.
Dedication. That is like the peak form of veteran in this community.
I mean, it makes sense to be people around that long, but it's like you're not only was drawing it back then, but you've come onto the internet as it's like become a thing and been like, hello, yeah, I've been here for 30 years. It's like
that just blows my mind. That is amazing.
I know. Oh my god. And I assume outside of like Fats, you've always been like drawing a lot as well.
Oh, absolutely. I've basically dedicated my life to art. I've been drawing since I was basically a baby. So I've been basically drawing for 24 years straight. It is my life passion.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Art makes me so happy. It is my #1 hobby, as well as my
awesome.
career. And it's just art is peak happiness to me.
That not only is that awesome to have something like that, but something like that you can do for a career. That is awesome.
Because it makes me so happy.
Do you have any particular like artistic inspirations or like artists that inspired you or like influence your style?
Let's see. For general safer work art, I love Siku Kei, I love Ono Maisatsu, I love Ishida Sui. Honestly, I don't really keep up with many artists, but I definitely love Suichi Handa slash Aono Maisatsu. He's definitely one of my top favorites. Siku Kei, I've been into her art for about a decade now. I have, if you know the Vocaloid composer Kikwo, she makes a lot of the art for him. And I have physically a few of her works on my wall right now, and it makes me so happy.
That's nice. Like originals? Like originals?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is awesome.
It's very expensive, but so fulfilling. And as for Ishida Sui, his art has grown so much over the time he's been making manga and illustration. And his, how you would say, an art glow up is so inspiring to me. Because like as you read Tokyo Ghoul, you see at the beginning, the beginning volumes, they're okay. They're not masterpieces. But over time, you can just see his art progressively getting better and better and better. And that is just, it's so amazing to see happen in real time. And that truly inspires me.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I see it like every time we read like cover a long comic series. It's crazy seeing like the going from the early pages to the later pages, and even when they're like a established artist who have like, you know, really good quality art, it's like an even better version of like the drawing of the same picture 1 year later, because this is something you're drawing like over a year or years, and it's awesome to see the artist grow like that. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yes, it is so amazing to experience, and it's so great.
I guess particularly if you're a fan of some of those mangas that have been running for like since like the 80s or 70s, and it's like, yeah, I've seen this guy evolve his drawing style for 40 years now.
It's just mind-blowing to think about and to even see. It's so admirable to me to stick with something for so long and to see how it develops.
Do you have any artists that like inspired or influenced you as far as like fat art goes, or?
I really think Plumpy Bread for sure, Chumboy, Lala Halal, as well as Milky Meat.
Lala Halal,
I love them all so deeply. Yeah!
Their art is good.
They're so amazing, and I love their art so deeply. Plumpy Bread, like me, also specializes in fat pretty boys, and it's their art! It's a nice, beautiful mix of realism and soft anime, and it's their art is what I strive for my art to look like. They're so good.
Speaking of your art, did you want to just talk a little bit about like how you draw it, or just like, I don't know, I'm sure there's plenty you'd like to say about your art, or how you draw it, or like what you like to draw?
It's a very open-ended question. Let me think for a second. I love to draw what is in my mind at the moment. I have a hard time planning out drawings and properly sketching them and such. I tend to draw things
okay.
on a whim without a thorough plan. So I literally just make lines and hope something forms. And that's my process.
Damn, okay. That's kind of interesting because it sort of comes out looking like, damn, that's all really well put together, looks right.
Thank you. I do wish I don't really have the mind to really plan. I like to do things on whims. If I have to plan something, that makes me not want to do it. Because
Right.
the anxious planning and the build up, it's intimidating. It's intimidating.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is, other question I want to ask you is drawing fat boys, because I know that the fat boy drawing community is a little bit smaller than the fat lady drawing community.
Criminally, yes.
Little smaller of a fan base there. I think they're changing a little bit, but like bit of a smaller fan base. What is the sort of experience of there, like doing that side of it?
Since the BBW sphere is so much bigger, people are more focused on pretty girls than cute guys. And, you know, I get it. A lot of the internet is like straight guys and stuff, and so I don't fault them for it. But it's still disappointing because I think guys are so cute and they want to capture that, but it feels like sometimes people don't feel the same way. That guys are cute, you know? And so I wanted to be the change I wanted to see, and so I just started drawing guys. I used to draw BBW a lot whenever I was first getting started because again they're more popular and I wanted people to look at my art, and I used to only get commissioned for that. But I got so burnt out on drawing only BBW that I decided for my sake to just draw guys, because drawing guys makes me happier than drawing girls.
Yeah, I gotta say, always respect the people out there fill in the niche of the fat boys, because we don't see enough of that.
We really don't, and I am really glad to see that there's been changes being made, that there have been more fat boy artists. Oh, it makes me so happy. It makes me so very happy.
I feel that's definitely a thing that's happening more, and people are like, even like some people who like draw more ladies are like starting to draw more guys.
Yes,
And,
it's like, yes, one of us. Thank you. It makes me so happy.
Yeah, even Jito, who I have had on here previously, was like, there was sort of a point where he's like, I still like drawing big dudes, so here you go.
Yeah! Oh, I adore it. It makes me so happy.
I do remember, you may know Sweet Dream Coffee, the drawer of
Yes.
Sweet Dream Coffee, drew like the cute, with respect to you, Vern, obviously I'm using cutest in a not objective manner here, but the cutest fat boys. And then there was a point where they were like, I kind of just prefer drawing ladies. I just more into ladies. And it was like, we lost another one. Like, happy for them to draw what they want, but I cried.
Yeah, like, their art is so cute. I don't even mind. Their art's just really cute.
It is.
I'm just happy for them that they're having fun.
Absolutely. And I mean, I guess we still have, because Haruki, oh my gosh, my husbando, he's so adorable. And we still have her now, I guess, because they're girls now, which is awesome.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I like to joke about that, but yeah, their art is real good. How many people have you gotten though, who like come to your page and it's like, yes, fats. Oh wait, dudes? Ugh.
I used to get a lot more in the past. I don't seem to get that much anymore.
Right.
Thankfully, it's always so funny. Somebody, when I was on my DeviantArt, in my DeviantArt days, this girl group, they kept asking me to put my drawings in their group, despite me drawing boys, and I just accepted their addition requests because I thought that was very funny. But somebody got so mad at me. He's like, "Why are you putting boys in the girls group?" It's like, because it's funny. It's very funny to me. The admins wanted it, so who am I to deny them? You know?
Yeah.
On the similar side of that, I also have had quite many people say that I thought I was straight, but then I saw your art, and now I like guys too. And that's just amazing to me. I do love that. It's like, hell yes! Another one joins my army.
Understandable, because you draw the cutest guys. They are adorable.
Thank you.
On top of drawing guys, you also do draw like the more realistic fat. Like the way you draw the fat leans to, because there are people like who stylize it a lot more, and that's an audience for that, obviously. Like you're with the artists who really like make it realistic, like fat.
Yes.
And everything.
Yes, I think fat is just so pretty, and I want to draw how it looks in real life because it's so pretty. Oh my god, I love it.
That is something we can all agree on, except that one guy what in the audience who is just here for the ride and isn't even interested in fat. I don't know what you're doing here.
Honestly, there are a few people like that I've noticed. This is like, hey, I follow your stuff because you're cool, but I don't really like fat. I just want to support you, and I think that's so great. That makes me so happy.
Those people are awesome.
They are, like, thank you, oh my god. That makes me so happy.
I know the typical thing on DeviantArt, at least, of people are like, how have I stumbled onto this? Stop drawing this.
Yeah.
Which is why I really appreciate the people who come in and are like, well, I don't know about this fat stuff, but you do really good work. Well, good on you.
Yeah, luckily, I think that people are like, you're wasting your talent drawing fat stuff. I think that population of people, I think that's sort of diminishing, you know? I think people are more accepting about what people draw, and I think that's great.
It does feel like it's, I think at this point, everyone's like, it's the internet. I know what I was getting myself in for.
Like, literally, if you don't like it, just scroll away. It's not that big a deal, you know?
I mean, also, I think DeviantArt probably more than Twitter. DeviantArt's probably, I don't know, various things. I think with Twitter, you're probably more likely to get the people who are just interested in it, whereas DeviantArt probably there's a lot more. It got a lot better, I think, when DeviantArt made like customized front pages for people. Because before it was you went to the DeviantArt front page and look. I mean, I liked seeing the fats, but there was some stuff on the DeviantArt front page that I was not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I actually ended up deleting my DeviantArt. I just.
Right.
It's a website. It really is a website. Not my favorite, you know?
A lot of people seem to have moved to Twitter. A lot of people have moved to Twitter. I think partly because DeviantArt has problems, and also just there's like the bigger audience on Twitter. I am obviously on Twitter, but I'm sort of like a DeviantArt defender. I'm like, DeviantArt's my baby. Lay off of it. It's trying its best.
Oh, it really is. It's been going since like word. It's been going for so many years. Listen, get well soon. Get well soon, DeviantArt. I used to only post on DeviantArt when I was like getting into online art for the first time. It's a nostalgic site for me. It just makes me sad to see the state of it and how it's been going. DeviantArt, for all its faults, it is where my roots are.
Also, if you hear anything in the background, that is Vern's birds.
Yeah, they're very vulgar, right? They love to talk whenever I'm talking.
Right. They like to talk over you. Okay.
Yeah. They have so much to add.
One other thing I really appreciate, and I appreciate this, I respect this whenever I see it, is you do great art of the fats, and you also have IRL content of the fats, and I always respect artists who do that.
Thank you. I actually was really self-conscious of my body when I was younger until I started getting to the fat stuff. And now I'm just so much more confident because of my art, you know?
That is so cool. It's always awesome to see like art like this have some like positive things in real life. Usually it's just like drawing some fats because it looks cool and stuff, and it's really cool whenever it's like helps people or you feel more comfortable and confident about yourself, and it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, I actually have gotten a few comments that my art has actually helped other people feel more self-confident in their own bodies. And that makes me seriously so happy. Like, I didn't think my dumb little fat boy drawings could possibly impact people in such a way. And it makes me so happy.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it makes me so happy to think about.
But yeah, if you can be like a really talented artist and a model at the same time, huge respect to you. Huge respect to you.
Yeah, there really aren't enough people. I want to see. I want to see more people who are both IRL and also drawings or draw. You know?
There's occasionally people you see, or that it's usually more of like a one-off thing. There are a couple of people. I mean, I can't draw and I don't have any body fat, so I'm kind of out of luck there.
Nah, you're so valid though.
Thank
Honestly,
you.
even that support is great.
Thank you. Other thing on my list to talk about was, I guess, your other form, your VTuber, who is sort of more part of your SFW account, Bermuda.
Yes. Bermuda actually started out as he was originally a safe for work character, but then he turned into a not safe for work character, and now he's back to a safe for work character. If you've known my art during like 2020 to 2021, then you're probably familiar with him because I did draw him a lot in the fat stuff.
Yes, I've pretty sure I've seen Demon Boy. So when did your VTubing start?
I have a horrible sense of time, so I can't recall specifically, but I think it was last year or a little bit the year before.
And I guess I'll ask the easier question then. Why did you get into VTubing? What sort of like inspired you there?
Do you want to know the truth?
Yes, I do.
I had a dream. I was a VTuber. I had a dream I was a VTuber, and so I woke up that day, and I started making my model.
That's amazing. I love that. I love that.
Yeah! That's literally how it went. Like, that was really fun in my dream. Let's do it in real life.
Oh
and
my gosh, well.
I was right. It's fun.
Don't know how much you follow our channel. I also do VTubing.
Yes, I have seen that event.
You have seen that? Oh, thank you! Oh my gosh! Oh yes. It's not really my main thing. As yet, I'm happy with the amount of people tuning to watch me play Hollow Knight every week. It's a lot. It is a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It's very. How should I put this? It's very freeing to convey yourself. It's just an animated avatar. It's very fun.
Oh, it is, yeah. I really want to, like, make... Because I really want to, like... Because Snide, who is my associate, who... He made all the models, but I would really like to try...
Really?
Yeah. He is very, very talented 3D artist. So all the models made and rigged by Snide, which I really appreciate.
That is so cool. I was honestly been wondering, like, who's making these models? That is seriously cool.
That is all him.
That is amazing. 3D modeling seems like such a task. It is so intimidating. But, wow, it seems so fulfilling. It looks so cool.
I feel exactly the same way. I don't know how he does it. I just let him do it.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Eventually, maybe I'm like 50, I want to get into 3D modeling. But it's just so scary. It is so scary.
As someone who is like thinking of like trying to do my own like 2D avatar and rig it all, how exactly does the rigging work and what's your program for that? Because from what I've looked up, there are a bunch of different software people use for like the actual face capturing, like motion tracking. But there seems to be like just one software that everyone uses for the rigging of 2D.
I am not my own rig papa. I had one of my coworkers rig me. I just did my Live 2D art, so I've looked at self-rigging, but the Live 2D Cubism program is very scary. There's a lot going on, and I got scared, and I just like, okay, I'm just gonna pay someone to rig me, because it is so intimidating. It is very scary. It's a whole other form of art on its own, but oh wow, people who can do that, their brain power is unlimited. I can feel it. It is amazing. Maybe someday I'd like to try to rig my own model, but it's intimidating. It's very scary.
I feel we need, I mean, you're not necessarily like a VTuber in like the fat sphere, since that's like SFW side, and I guess I'm sort of similar where I'm like mostly do the fats content online, but now I also have a SFW skinny VTuber setup.
Yeah. I actually wondered about making my model fat, but I decided against it because I did want my VTubing stuff to be separate from my fat stuff. I wanted it to be I wanted to explore safer work content creation because being so surrounded by not safer work stuff all the time, it can be a bit draining. And so I use safer work stuff as a break from my fat stuff.
Oh yeah, I know what that's like.
It's very fun. I never would have thought I was a streamer. Well, would become a streamer, but it's seriously fun. I do enjoy it.
You have so much like energy in your streams.
Oh, thank you. I'm really glad.
Oh my gosh, because I in my videos I'm a little bit like more hyper than I usually am, and like my streams I feel like I play up that a bit, but people still tell me it's like, oh, it's so nice being in your stream. You just got such a calming voice, and I'm like, this is me being like high energy. What are you talking about, guys? And they've obviously come from your stream, because there's no way I can beat that.
Honestly, I always feel like my streams are like super boring and like passive, so it does make me happy to know that there's energy being conveyed.
Oh yeah, there definitely is.
That's great. That makes me feel very more confident.
You always seem so excited all the time.
Yeah, that's probably my ADHD. It goes hard sometimes.
Makes sense. But yeah, I want to see more fat VTubers. Like, there's not enough of them. We've got Squirrel.
There really aren't.
We've got Squirrel Girl, who's kind of carrying it on. Where is she stream now? Does she still try to stream on YouTube? At least maybe.
I think I've seen her on Twitch.
She
maybe,
might be doing Twitch more now, but yeah, she's like carrying it. I know there are others, but I just feel like that's like maybe not untapped market. I don't know how many people are interested in watching that, but I want to watch it. And where are my fat VTubers? I want more of them.
Honestly, it'd be great. I know of a few, but as far as I'm aware, they're not into the fetish. At least what I know of. We
just need Snuffy to join the community.
Oh, that'd be great.
I don't want to spread misinformation about Snuffy. But there has been a lot of speculation about Snuffy.
Ayo, awesome. We love to see it.
I don't want to like make assumptions about people, but I've just seen the clip of Snuffy and Iron Mouse did a stream where they were doing it was the whole smash or pass Pokemon trend, and Snuffy they got to what the goo Pokemon, and Snuffy was like, yeah, smash, and Iron Mouse was like, but it's a piece of goo, and she's like, yeah, I'd like that goo to fill me up and make me big, and I would like it. And it's like, okay, Snuffy, funny joke, Snuffy. I don't know how far you can take this without.
Oh my god, that is amazing. Newfound respect for Snuffy.
Oh yes. I'm sure they also did one that they had a model where they could inflate the not all of the model, but specifically the chest.
Holy!
Oh
my god!
Look it up, it's real.
Oh my god, that is amazing. I know Nianners, I can't remember verbatim the clip, but she was talking about having a big, full, sloshy belly, and I just...
Yes, I know that one.
Oh my god, that still sends me to think about.
I think it was like, it must have been like rating her fans like setups, and someone had like a monitor with like a fat art of Nianners on it, and was like feeding her the ice cream on the screen, and she was like really playing into that.
That's legendary.
Nianners, Nianners, I'm not sure about, because her brand is literally just like saying the most cursed stuff, so that would just be on brand for her to just like play into whatever. Snuffy though, I think there's something with Snuffy.
There's a little bit something we don't see on the surface.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I just want to see more fat VTubers. I think that would be neat.
Honestly. Well, I don't know how much I can say, but I might be working on a VTuber model for somebody who is in this sphere and will have a fatter character.
Okay, I will keep an eye out for that then. That is exciting. Who are your like favorite VTubers you follow?
Honestly, I don't really follow anybody except for some friends.
Okay.
I
Oh,
like
right.
casually like Amaru Polka, Fruit, Inagami Korone, a few of them, but I'm not really too deep into it, you know?
Right. VTubers kind of got me into watching live streams. I now actually like
Mm.
watch some streamers, because before that I was like, I don't have time for that. And then I saw that some of them were like anime characters. I was like, maybe I do have time for that.
Anything for the anime.
Oh,
It
yes,
really
yes.
does freshen up the live streaming sphere. Because, like, I
Mm.
like more real life streamers than I do VTuber streamers, but I
Oh,
do really
right.
appreciate VTubers.
Last topic I had here was, for those who are trying to get into drawing themselves, do you have any tips or advice for drawing in general and specifically drawing the fans?
Honestly, the only advice I can really give is to just experiment and have fun, you know? I think people take art too seriously and that gets them burned out. Like they focus too much on getting better and that really leads to burnout. Speaking from experience. So I think just have fun above all.
Oh yeah, and so that was all the topics I had on the list. I don't know, was there some things you want to discuss or like questions you wanted to ask me?
Uh what made you want to do the content you make?
I like telling the story. It's the story of how we became Snide and Sniff is back in 2018. Me and Snide. I think Snide probably suggested it. He was like, "Why don't we make a YouTube channel?" And I was like, "That sounds fun." And then we were like, what content do we make? And we had all sorts of ideas. And I was like, okay, well, I enjoy looking at these large artists on DeviantArt. We could check out this J Kuma guy as like a joke. And so we did. If you go back and watch our original video, very, very different from our modern content, but also kind of the same. So we made that video as like a joke, and we were like, this will be a funny little video to do. That did reasonably well, and we were like, oh, people like watching that. It did a lot better than
Hey.
our Fortnite gameplay or our Reddit video or oh my god, there was this I don't think you can find our Fortnite gameplay anymore. We were trying a variety of different things. Yeah, none of that performed that great. And so then we did our first No Lunch Break video, our very first comic dub of No Lunch Break. And we got the impression, it's like, okay, so the videos that people like watching are the ones with the fat girls in them. Oh, we should probably do more of that then. And that's what happened.
I do love a good origin story. That is very interesting.
I know particularly early on we were like, okay, let's try and do some gaming videos to see if people would be interested in them, and people didn't really want to watch them, and so we're like, oh, right then, if you want the fat ladies, we'll give you the fat ladies.
It's always the fat ladies, but we do love
Yep.
to see it.
Yes. And obviously fat dudes, probably later on in this. When was our first fat dudes video? Oh man, then there's the rabbit hole of our SFW artists we've covered on the channel. That's an interesting one.
Oh yeah?
There was this one, speaking of dudes, that was like a very early video where he covered this one deviant artist who drew men, because we were like, well, we usually cover ladies, so there's this man artist who draws man, and that was back before we took a lot of care to censor our videos for YouTube. I am surprised that video is still up, because there is a lot of man in that video.
Oh, that's amazing.
But yeah, so here we are. It's a very weird niche that we fill.
Well, hey, you're doing God's work. Your stuff is it's very it's just cool. It's just cool, honestly.
I appreciate that. Everyone who is like appreciates what we do, I just feel so thankful, because it's most days I look at our channel, I'm like, what even is this? What are we doing? And then people say like, I think what you're doing is cool, and I'm like, thank you.
Yeah, I definitely can empathize with that. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's the other. Oh man, going back to see like the original, I would still not say our girl voices are amazing or anything. They're mostly for comedic purposes.
Yeah.
But It's funny watching like particularly like original no lunch break video where it's like we're not even that we hadn't even got that a thing. Like the girl characters literally just talk like me talking normally. um and we have got a lot of funny comments of people are like, when are you gonna bring on an actual woman? Your voices are so cringe.
No!
And
I, for one, love it. I love
oh,
it.
thank you, dude. Thank you. The thing is, it's like, yes, our voices are cringe. Thanks for pointing that out.
We may be cringe, but we are free.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing is, it's like, you think we just have like a friggin' like woman voice actor in like a cupboard in the back of our room? We're like, oh, you're right. We do have that woman back there. We'll get her to do them. Oh, why didn't we think of that earlier? It's like we're Snide and Sniff. We're not Snide and Sniff and Cynthia.
Now you gotta get a Cynthia. You are legally required to get a Cynthia.
Oh, damn it. All right, we'll put a job request out then.
Cynthia's only.
What the other funny thing is in our videos is whenever there is a comic we're doing with like a dude character, I'm always like, oh god, I've got to do a dude voice now. This is weird. We speak normally when we're like commentating on the videos, but whenever it's like a dude we're doing, it's always like, oh, hello there. It's like a funny voice we put on for the dudes as well.
That's our good dude representation. We do love it.
Yeah, like, oh my god, what's Snide whenever he does the male protagonists of things, it's what is it? He's like, what is going on here? I don't know about this. Oh, these women are very fat. How did that happen? I love it.
It is quite, how you say, jovial. It is quite fun.
Thank you. I'm glad. I appreciate everyone who enjoys it and doesn't watch the videos muted. I know some of you do that. You are in my naughty list.
We're gonna hunt you down, boy. We're gonna get ya.
I don't care if you don't want to hear some dude commenting on Tums while watching your Tum content.
At that point, just like Google it. Honestly, why watch a video if you're not gonna listen to the commentary?
I don't know, but it's we have fun with it. We have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
Anything else you wanted to discuss, or should we wrap this? We could wrap this up now, unless there was anything else you wanted to cover here.
I think it's safe to say we can wrap it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on here and being a guest, Vern. I really appreciate it. It has been fantastic. You've been fantastic to talk to, and I've had a ton of fun.
I am so glad. Thank you so much for having me. It made my day, honestly. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very, very welcome, Vern. Keep up the wonderful work that you do. All of us here who appreciate the Fat Boys appreciate the work you do.
Thank you.
And I see on your Twitter recently, the recent WG drive is just resumed.
Yes, finally, after 2 months, I'm finally working on it.
Oh, awesome. He is looking very cute, so I'm very excited to see where that goes.
Thank you.
But yes, thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your day, Vern.
Okay, thank you so much, man. Thank you. Seriously, have a great day, okay?
You too, Vern. You too.